Welcome to Yoga Journeys. Today we have a very special journey planned, a journey inward. Many describe yoga as an inward journey through the layers of our being to the core, our true self. In yoga philosophy, the word that describes these layers of our self is koshas, and it means covering or sheath. And just like layers that are in an onion, we can travel through our koshas and deep into our core. Today we'll be exploring the layer of our body that consists of energy. And every tradition has a different name for this energy. In Sanskrit, the yoga tradition, it's called prana. In Chinese, ki. In Korean, gi. And today we're at the UTA Karate School in Dalton, and Master Terra is going to take us through a few Qigong-based exercises to help us explore our energy.
Yoga journeys, yoga journeys, yoga journeys. Yoga journeys, yoga journeys, yoga journeys.
So here we are with Master Terra, and I'm really excited to explore our energy in today's yoga journey. The body is formed along internal lines of energy. And in some traditions, they're called meridians. And in yoga philosophy, they're called nadis. And this is where our prana travels. So I'd like to start today by making energy balls. So let's all bring our hands together and warm them up for a count of 7. Great. Now I want you to breathe in and out your nose and deepen your belly. And then bring your hands apart. And then close your eyes and bring your hands closer together and closer together until you could feel your hands even though they're not touching. And see if you could start to sense the space between your hands. Maybe you feel it as heat, or maybe you feel it almost like a magnet, or maybe you could just sense that your hands are close together even though they're not quite touching. Now close your eyes and pulse your hands closer together and then farther away. And start to play with the space, the energy between your hands, and then try and form it into a ball. See if you could bring your hands even farther away and make that ball bigger and bigger. Good. And remember to breathe, because our breath is the gateway to being more aware of our energy. In fact, in Sanskrit, the word for breath and energy is the same. So as you breathe in and out of your nose and deep in your belly, it might help you become a little bit more of the sensations and feelings. And then see how big you can make your ball. And just let it be a game. Don't try. And also don't doubt what you might or might not be feeling or sensing. Good. And then open your eyes and see how far away your hands are. Wow, that's a lot of energy. Now let's warm our hands up again. And this time when we open our hands, we're going to bring them next to our friend's hands out to our side. See if you could start to sense the energy between your hands and your friend's hands. And then maybe close your eyes and move your hands up and down to side, and see if you could sense when your hands are close to your friend's hands or farther away. Nice. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, let's bring our hands back to almost touch our own hands. This is our energy. So, Master Steel, how do we begin to get a bit more acquainted with our energy?
So we're going to be talking about Qi today, which sometimes is also called Qi, or Qigong, or Mana, or Prana. So there are many different ways we can talk about the same thing. So what is Qi? Does anyone know? What's Qi?
Energy.
Energy, good. And energy, specifically, it's life force energy or internal energy. We can find this energy, this life force, in many different things, not just ourselves, but other things that are living as well. What are some examples? What do you think, Georgia?
Tiger.
Tiger, good. So animals. What else?
Plants.
Plants, exactly. We're going to see how plants and the foods that we eat even have energy in them later. We can talk about how energy affects all living things. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn to gather energy and move energy around, because we can't create energy. All of the energy that already exists in the universe already. So we can't create it, we can't grow it, but we can bring more into ourselves and we can move it outside of ourselves. So the one thing that I want you to remember from today, we're going to learn one sentence, and that is, where attention goes, energy flows. Can you guys say that for me? Where attention goes, energy flows. Very good. So we're going to do some exercises now that help us connect with and cultivate, gather that energy, and allow it to flow. Okay, so let's come to our standing position, and we're going to be nice and relaxed when we start this exercise. For this exercise, our only purpose is to start to feel the energy in our body. And the part of our body that contains energy is in our style is called the Tien, and it's down here below our belly button. So if we find our belly button and we go about a hand down from our belly button, this is the center of our Tien, and this is where we store our energy. So we're going to be gathering energy and bringing it to this place. So to start off, we want our feet about shoulder width apart, toes forward, and we're going to tuck our butt underneath us. All right, so just bend our knees a little bit and tuck our tailbone in. And this is the best position to be in to allow the energy to move and to flow. And from here, we're going to reach out and we're going to gather the energy from the earth and bring it into our Tien. And then we're going to gather it from the sky and bring it down into our Tien. So this is the motion that we want. So we're grounding ourselves, bringing energy from the earth, and then bringing the breath energy from the sky. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our breath, because this is really important in the gathering of energy. We don't want to hold our breath, but it's very important to have the breath move along with the motion. So as we gather energy from the earth, we're going to inhale. And then we're going to exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Okay, so as we do this exercise, we want to think about what I said to you right before we stood up, which is energy flows where attention goes. So whatever we're concentrating on, whatever we're thinking about, is going to be where our energy goes to. So we want to focus on our Tien and bringing energy, gathering energy here, then gathering it from the sky and bringing it to our lower Tien. So we're just focusing on that as we go through these motions. Very good. Does anyone feel anything? Good. And hands down. Okay, for this next exercise, we're going to be moving the energy around to different parts of our body, always raising it up higher. So we're going to start on our right side of our body, and we're going to reach down, not physically, but with our attention, right, with our mind, and pull the energy up from our heel into our lower dantian. We pick up the foot and then we push it back out through our heel. Now we're going to go to the opposite side, and we're going to pull the energy up to our heart. And we can actually pick the foot up a little bit, and then we're going to push it back out through our heel. Good. Now we're going to go up a little bit further. We're going to pull that energy up to our shoulders and move it back out to our toes. Go to the other side. Bring the energy all the way up to our throat. Push it back out. And two more. We're going to pull it up to our nose and out. And then to our forehead. This is sometimes called the third eye. And then push it back out through our heel. Now it's important that we add the breath. Now that we know the motion, we're going to inhale as we pull the energy up, and then exhale as we push it back down. Okay? So we're going to start, we're going to inhale just to our dantian. Exhale. Inhale to our heart. Exhale. Inhale to our shoulders. Inhale to our throat. Now to our nose. And to our third eye. Good. So as we practice this, we can start to feel, just like we felt with our energy balls, we can start to feel the energy as it rises and moves through our body. So sometimes we might feel energy as heat or warmth. Sometimes, as Melissa mentioned earlier, we might feel it as sort of a magnetic energy. Sometimes it can tingle. It can feel different ways to different people. And we can continue to develop that energy and help make ourselves stronger. Okay, so for our next exercise, we're going to have a little bit more fun, because energy can feel a lot of different ways. It can be happy, it can be sad, it can be quiet, it can be loud. And so what we're going to do is we're going to think about some animal characteristics, and we're going to bring that into our exercise. So the first exercise we're going to do is based on a deer. And we have to make our deer antlers here. So everyone make these antlers. And we're going to start low. We're going to breathe the energy. We're going to ground ourselves, breathe it in through our feet. We're going to come low and bring the energy from our toes all the way to the points of our fingers. That's the motion. Good. So from our toes to our fingers. Now we're going to add this sound. We're going to inhale as we come down. And exhale. Shh. Inhale. Shh. Shh. Very good. So that's the deer. Now we're also going to do one that we can say is inspired by Georgia earlier. We're going to do a tiger. Okay, so our tiger, we're going to spread our feet out a little bit, make sure we're grounded, tuck our butt underneath us, right? And we're going to move from our dantian, from our waist, and we're going to circle and make a nice tiger sound. Now we're going to circle. Good. Good. So make sure we're inhaling too. So inhale. Good. So tell me that doesn't make you feel good. Anytime you're down in the day, you want to think about something that makes you smile, makes you happy, think of the tiger, right? Okay, so this exercise, this is a little bit of a game to sort of sense each other's energy. How many of you have ever been in a room where you thought someone was looking at you, you felt it, and you turned around, and sure enough, someone was looking at you? How many of you have had that happen? Okay, it's happened to all of us. We sometimes just don't realize that we're really connecting with that person's energy. So we're going to actually try to do this together. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to close our eyes and breathe, what we call meditate for a little bit, and we're going to just focus inward, focus on our lower Tien. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then I want you to try to extend your awareness. Remember, extend your attention outward. And remember, where attention goes, energy flows. So you're going to try to sense for my energy. And when you sense that I'm looking at you, you can open your eyes. So keep your eyes closed until you sense that I'm looking at you. I knew you felt that. Good job. You guys are really good at this. Okay, so now we're going to make it even more fun. So I have these ping pong balls that now I'm going to choose a person, I'm going to focus on them for a few seconds and then toss the ping pong ball, and I want you to open your eyes, trust your feelings, trust your instincts, and open your eyes and catch it. Okay, so we're going to close our eyes again and connect with my energy. When you think I'm looking at you, open your eyes. Good job. That was cool. Good job. All right, see how that works? You are all able to connect with my energy from where you're sitting. So our life force, this chi energy, it extends not just inside of our body, but it also extends outward. You could sense that. So that's just a fun little game to see how that really works, okay? Energy, as we said, flows through us, and it flows through everything that's alive. And so this energy can affect us in many different ways. One way is we want to make sure that the energy flowing through us is flowing through properly. And one way we can test this is by looking at our karate stances. And this is a front stance. And when we're in a proper front stance, we actually want our feet wide. They make a triangle with our head, and our toes pointed forward, and this allows the chi, or that energy, to flow properly. So I'm going to have you ladies put out a reverse punch, and I'm going to just lightly press down on your arm. You're going to resist. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to have you do, Jillian, is turn your back foot out. Just turn it, and so now we're in an improper front stance, right? Okay, so now I want you to resist again. All right, I'm giving the same pressure. What happened?
Didn't have the right energy.
Right, the energy is not flowing through properly. Move your toe back forward. Okay, resist. Nice and strong. So resist. Good, bend your front knee, make sure it's nice and strong. Oh, even better, good. Now turn your back foot out. Turn it out. Now resist. What happened? Not as strong. Okay, so this is how we can see how the energy is flowing through us nice and strong, but we can also see how things that we eat or things that we surround ourselves with affect our energy. So you ladies can stand up straight. Okay, so now we're going to test how different things can affect our energy, things that we eat and things that we surround ourselves with. So I'm going to get a few items for us to test. So first, I'm going to have you put your arm out straight. right to the side, to the side. Good. And I'm going to hand you each a piece of fruit. And I want you to hold that close to where your center of energy is. Good. And now I'm just going to test the strength of your arm. Oh, nice and strong. Nice and strong. Good. All right, so what does that tell us about fruit?
It's good for you.
That it's good for you. What do you think, Georgia? You want to eat more fruit? Yeah? Now we're going to try some other items and just see what happens, okay? Give you a cell phone and give you some canned food, okay? Now hold your arm out just like we did before and let's see what happens. Let's resist. Ah, okay. Let's see, Georgia. Resist. Now what happens?
This isn't good for your energy.
Cell phones can interfere with our energy. They can make us weaker. And we have this canned food that, what Melissa was telling me earlier, is that canned food has little or maybe even no life energy, none of that ki or that mana or that prana. So it's not helping us, it's not making us stronger. So we want to make sure we eat really healthy, living foods. That'll be the best thing for us, right? So for the last portion of today, we're going to demonstrate a visual representation of the energy. So far, everything that we've done has just been through our own feeling and what we've been able to tell you. But there is actually a way where you can see how some of that energy can affect other things. And so right here I have a plant, and I'm going to show a very subtle demonstration of being able to move the plant's leaves with chi. All right, so we're all going to try to move the plant's leaves with our chi. Now the important thing here is not that we move the plant leaf, but that we realize it's a way to see that we really do have this energy and that this energy can affect different things. So I'm going to have you each step up to the plant and take nice deep breaths, gather that energy into our lower dantian like we've been doing, and then you're going to slowly raise up your hand and extend the energy. You're going to remember where attention goes, energy flows. So we're going to focus our attention on the plant. You don't have to worry about the process. You don't have to know how it all happens, but you're simply going to extend your hand and focus on the plant. Allow your energy to extend to the plant, okay? So we're all going to take some tries to do this. So gather up that energy. Okay, good. Sometimes it takes lots of practice, so don't worry if you can't get it today. It can take some practice. The more you do it, the better you become, just like anything else. Oh, did you see that? You did it. Do it again. You did it. There's a little quiver in there. That's pretty cool. So you can try this at home. This is something that, like I said, it takes a lot of practice, but as soon as you do it, as soon as you see yourself being able to do this, you're going to be amazed. And this is really important to remember in your life, because anything that you can visualize, anything that you can imagine, anything that you believe that you can do and you put your attention on it, energy will go there and it will make it happen. So it's really important that you don't just think of it in terms of being able to move plants or being able to do a form, but this is something that can help you in all areas of your life. So we want to remember our mantra today, the thing that we learned and we're going to take with us into the rest of our life, which is where attention goes, energy flows. So thank you so much for joining us. We're really happy to have you, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much for having us. Thanks, everyone. Namaste.
Yoga journeys, yoga journeys, yoga journeys. Yoga journeys, yoga journeys, yoga journeys.
To learn more Or to get involved in Yoga Journey projects, please visit our website at yogajourneys.tv.